Magnificent, elaborate, elegant, fraught with history, the Church of St. Irene towers on the same named square at number 36 Ielu Street. At the site of the present church, there was another Byzantine church dedicated to St. Irene, which, as to its larger part, was burned down in the first year of the Greek Revolution. Initially, the first repair works of the church were undertaken by Edward Schaubert, and yet, the relatively small church was not sufficient. It could not cover the increasing needs of Christians. Thus, it was requested from Lysandros Kaftoutsoglou, one of the greatest architects of the 19th century, to undertake the expansion and eventually the construction of the church. The works started in 1846, and 4 years later the inauguration took place, long before the completion of the interior decoration of the church in 1892. In fact, the tradition reports that for the construction structural materials were used from 70 old demolished churches. With his exceptional talent, Kaftoutsoglou erected a church with ancient Greek elements and a Romanesque style. The church is a three-aisled timber-roofed basilica. It has bell towers, a narthex, a matronium, and choirs which recall the monasteries of the Athenite Peninsula. It is an architectural jewel, a church of neoclassical style with Western Renaissance and Byzantine influences. At the western side of the church, one notices the inscription in churches "Bless God," while just above the inscription, the church is graced by a row of elaborate windows. The imposing bell towers of the church loom at the right and left of its central gate. In the interior of the church feature the Western-style murals, works by the icon painters Spiridon Hatzigiannopoulos and Athanasius Vasiliou. The aesthetic decoration of the church were undertaken by the ornament painters Cottus and Peters. The iconographic program of St. Irene is restricted thematically, with few figures of saints, while on several walls there are loci from the Holy Scripture. Among the most significant works of the church are the two large murals in the conches of the transepts. On the southern conch is depicted St. Paul the Apostle, who preaches before the Council of Arrhaeus-Bagos, a work by Spiridon Hatzigiannopoulos, and on the northern conch Jesus teaches the Judeans in Jerusalem, a work by Athanasius Vasiliou. Unique and of special aesthetic value is the gold-plated templon of St. Irene, a gift by the Tsar of Russia Nicholas I in 1850. Its cost is estimated to have amounted to 48,000 francs, a sum which was especially substantial for that era. The marble ambo was designed by Kaftoutsoglou and was crafted by the Fitalis brothers. On the conch of the sanctuary is located Theotokos the Platytera, while on the conchs of the prophecies and of the diaconicon the visitor beholds the birth and the descent from the cross. These works are dated approximately in the 1910s and are by Papadakis. On the dome hovers the Pantocrator, and on the dome drum the 12 apostles. In the pendentives are depicted the 4 evangelists, works by Hatzigiannopoulos. Of the same creator are also the prophets who are located in the pendentives of the lowest vault, which is situated at the east. Saints and prophets are depicted on the piers of the central nave in 32 in number busts. Cons of eminent icon painters such as by Maloukas, Chrysis and Zographos are located at the icon stands of the church. Imposing is the roof of the church, with the inscription "Spirit is God," while impressive are the roof coffers, which are preserved in an excellent condition and which gave cause so that the state declared the Church of St. Irene in 1972 as a listed monument.